Okay, choosing a puppy. Just thought I'd sort of share some tips with you. I think these sort of guidelines that I'm going to talk about here. I think it's very sort of transferable across many breed profiles. There are a series of very basic tests you can perform when you are going to pick up a breed, regardless a puppy, should I say, regardless of the breed. And I think you've got four types, four basic categories. Obviously, it can be more sort of scientifically dissected into so many different aspects. But let's look at four aspects of a puppy's temperament. You've got the responsive, which I believe is the most desired. You've got the nervous, shy. You've got the aggressive, and then you've got the independent. And there are certain breeds that will show more of this trait than others. For example, first test, you pet the puppy in a stroking motion from head to toe, lifting up its feet, tails, and ears. You see me doing this a lot with my Central Asian Ovcharka puppies. Now, is the puppy accepting and willing to be petted and examined? For me, this is a responsive puppy. Is the puppy sensitive about one particular part, or actually just feels uncomfortable? This is, I would say, a nervous, shy puppy. Is it sensitive about all parts? Does it try to bite your hands? This can be classed as, playfulness, but these are signs of, an aggressive puppy. Is a puppy completely uninterested in your petting and even sort of moving away from you? That's a more independent puppy. A second test that you can do is you could pick the puppy up and cradle him like a baby. If it's a large breed, like the bully Kutta, you could gently, and I say gently, roll him over, belly up and feet in the air. Place your hand gently over his throat, very gently over the throat. And does the puppy allow you to place your hands over the throat without a struggle? I would say that this type of puppy is a responsive puppy. Again, the type of profile that I'm looking for. Otherwise, sort of full of fear, the body becomes rigid and it becomes stiff. I would class this type of a puppy a nervous puppy. Does the puppy wriggle madly to the right? And does it growl and try to bite you and worm and squirm? I would say that this puppy is again demonstrating signs of aggressiveness. A lot of these things can, with handling, can be reduced. Does the puppy wriggle to right itself and then hurry away to do something else without sort of really paying much attention to that experience? I would say that was more an independent, puppy, and you see this, type of attitude from the Central Asian Ovcharka. In fact, most sheepdogs have a bit more of an independent, standalone temperament. Another third test that we could do is testing the puppy's reaction to sound. And this is a test that really is done, all the time with Belgian Malinois and German Shepherds. You could use your voice to make a very high-pitched noise, then a deep, gruff noise, a whistle. You could throw a squeaky toy. Another good test is just your keys, your house keys. Just throw that on the floor. Some people like putting sort of coins in a bottle and rattling it near the puppy. All these tests you've got to apply a bit of rationale behind it, because these are puppies. So it's not an absolute science. But again, if the puppy is more curious and wriggling its tail, it's inquisitive, I would say again this is a responsive puppy, and this is the type of puppy that I would be looking at regardless of the breed that I'm going for. Does the puppy look scared and run away and even hide? That to me is a nervous, shy puppy. Don't be a hero. Nervous, shy puppies, if you've got families, they can become a real nightmare. I think a nervous, shy puppy can become more of a problem, or as much of a problem as a seriously aggressive dog, because you just don't know what fear is going to make it do. Okay, it's 9:20 Sunday morning, okay, and it's really weird. A lot of people, they come to me, they go, Ben, your dogs are really well behaved, and they are. And basically Sunday morning, You know, I have got neighbours. They've got their own sort of, you know, sheds. They go to the end of their gardens. That's my neighbour's garden there. That's his shed there, which he does a lot of repairs in there for bikes and stuff like that. And these are my runs here. You know, so it's very close proximity. You can't hear any noise, you know, from these dogs. They're very, very well behaved. Naturally, when my sort of neighbour goes into his garden, they want to bark. Now, you know, this is unacceptable because he has a right to his garden, and this is what creates neighbour tension. You know, some dogs will bark out of boredom as well. You know, I try and give my dogs as much exercise as I can, and their living quarters, you know, are quite big. But I have a tip for you today. Introducing to you the Dulux bark control. This is a static correction tool, and it's if you've got large breeds like the Ovcharkas, or you go for bully Kuttas, German Shepherds, you know, any dog that is going to bark excessively, there is no point having that dog without getting this unit. It's for me, it's a lifesaver, especially a dog like Diesel. You see. You've seen very well firsthand what Diesel can be like. But this unit here, it's light, it's very affordable. You put the battery in there, you don't need to recharge it, and you've got the static electric probes there. Even if you've got, you know, a series of dogs and there's only one nuisance barker, this would not be set off by the other dogs. Only the dog wearing it. There's a sensation probe here, and you've got the speaker part. You can see 3 levels of correction. This one here being the maximum, and basically you put this around the dog's neck. You've got the actual clips there. It clips around the dog's neck, and basically when the dog barks, the speaker picks this up, and it basically will send a corrective stimuli, and it will do this progressively, getting, you know, stronger and stronger until the dog stops. This product is so brilliant. It's amazing. Many dogs are ending up in rescue just because they bark. It is a natural instinct for dogs to bark. However, it isn't conducive in a standard environment. It isn't fair on your neighbours, and it certainly is not going to make you any friends. So if you've got a problem with a barking dog, I guarantee you, my honor and my integrity, this bark unit here is awesome. And this is working on an Ovcharka. Diesel is a notorious gangbanger for barking. And I tell you what, even during bonfire night, when he would normally go mental, I just slip the collar on his neck and, you know, job done. You can use it as a training tool as well. Really, really good. It's inexpensive. I think you can pick this up from my website for, I don't know, £70. Money back guarantees on it. You even get a video, you know, that sort of shows you. I mean, I'm always available for you to talk to. Don't punish your dog by screaming at it all the time, getting angry with it. Put this collar on. When you go out and it's barking in your home, that dog will shut up instantly. That's a guarantee. So if you have a problem with the dog barking, you now have a solution. There is no reason for you to go and hit your dog and scream at your dog. Just put the collar on, and the collar will do the correction for you.